Hello, it's Evan here. You may know by now that I'm doing a 100 days of visibility challenge. It is day 13. And I'm feeling this ongoing thread in my life right now of letting go deeper and deeper. And right now, entrepreneurship is the main arena for this letting go. I think those of you who are entrepreneurs and have been entrepreneurs for a while, you know that it's a hell of a spiritual practice, especially if you're actually engaging with it as such. And I do. And there is this ongoing tension between what do I want as a businessman and what does God want. I think this is one of the most challenging tensions for entrepreneurs, especially people who have built a very successful brand and maybe they have this big name for themselves, but it's connected to certain qualities that aren't true in the eyes of God anymore. And so I get to be in a battle between the ego, or the beast if you want, and God. And if I'm not willing to let God actually take over, it can be very, very, very detrimental. And of course, the world is full of examples like this, both in music and in business. So, me personally, I have obviously been very closely associated with Reclaiming the Throne, the men's work, the rite of passage that I created back in 2014. I've been identified with that for a long time. And for good reason. It's marvelous work and divinely inspired back then. I didn't create it, it came through me. But then my ego, if you will, over the years came to be identified with that. And that's not true anymore. And then what does that mean? That's that's the conversation I'm in with God. Does it mean discarding what I created? Probably not, because it's fucking beautiful and deeply in service of so many people. But what does it mean? Um, so I'm letting go deeper and deeper without necessarily knowing where it goes, letting go of how I need to hold the operation. Maybe it will have impact on the business model. But ultimately, at the end of the day, all that matters is that it's right in the eyes of God, right? And that is, it is true. And I've come to that point in the process now where my ego, my self-identification isn't freaking out around it anymore. So now, like, the the world is now, yeah, it's anything goes. I don't know what's going to happen. I just know that this is what God wants, and thus it will serve more people than continuing to do things in the old way. And I figured that was something that many of you may be relating to as well, as a thing in your lives, that the world is changing a lot, and maybe there are ways for you as well, just as I'm exploring, that you've been with projects, with businesses, with relationships, and that aren't true in the eyes of God anymore. So I'm curious to see where this develops from now. Yeah, and at 8 o'clock European time, it's now summertime here in Europe. We had daylight savings last night. I'm going to be going on a little 1 hour presentation where I talk about finding a way to end the internal war in times of external war. Because I think that's really when the tensions, when the pressures are increasing, it's always an opportunity to alchemize into something new. Like, it's so easy to become a consequence of my external surroundings rather than to work creatively with it. And that's what I want to do. So I'm going to put a link under this video if you're interested in finding the path to peace in times of war. And I think that's all I'm going to share with you today. It was fun for me to have Michelle with me yesterday on the challenge, and appreciate you for checking in. Have a great day, man or woman. It's a treat to do this together with you. Bye bye.